welcome to episode 11 of The Legal Scoop, a webinar series here at the Law Office of Melissa Day, where we discuss recent wins here at LOMAD. I'm attorney Brendan Shannon. I'm an associate with the Law Office of Melissa Day, and I'm joined today by my esteemed colleague Andrew Gould, another associate attorney at the firm. Say hello, Andrew.
Thank you for having me, Brendan. Hello, everyone.
Thank you, Andrew. So I understand that you had a recent win involving both malingering and working fraud. So why don't you just go ahead and give us the basic details of this claim?
Sure. Thank you very much, Brendan. I can't go into too many details. This decision just came down from the judge. In fact, there's still a hearing to be scheduled regarding the penalties, and then likely there's still going to be an appeal. So I don't want to get too much into the specifics. But ultimately what happened, there was an individual who when it started, he had told our IME doctor that he was not hunting when there was plenty of evidence that he had been hunting through our carrier's surveillance. Basically, it was all on social media.
Okay, and then after you get the social media evidence showing that he's hunting, even though he had told the IME doctor he was not hunting, what was the next step?
Sure. They wanted to pursue the case just on that. I had a feeling, and which ultimately proved to be correct, that there was going to be more to it than that. I kind of had a feeling he would try to wiggle his way out of that, as we often see claimants do at the stand, say, no, the doctor misunderstood me, and that's actually sort of more or less what his testimony was. So we wanted to really sort of build the case, cast a wide net. It was sort of an interesting case in the sense that his social media that he was producing regarding his hunting activities was to a specific organization, which we found out that they pay for the hunting videos. They pay for X amount of dollars for a hunting video, certain amount of dollars for a how-to video, and he had produced a number of these videos online. So number one, we took his testimony, and he testified to two things. He testified, like I said, said, no, the doctor misunderstood me. Okay, so we went into a lot of detail about what he did and did not do, and a lot of it, contradicted what was on the video. So that was number one. And then number two, he said he didn't, do any work, and he didn't receive any income besides his workers' comp checks. Well, that was set off some red flags, because we know this organization provided payment. So what we did, we sent out a subpoena to this organization, and we found out that, yes, he was getting paid for his content.
Okay, and so obviously for anyone who's not familiar with the standard of fraud, there's actually, in this case, two forms of fraud that were implicated. One being malingering fraud, it sounds like, in that he misrepresented his condition to our IME doctor, and two being a working fraud where he's out of work getting paid comp benefits and also getting paid on the side for these hunting videos that he did not disclose. Is that correct?
Right, more or less. Yeah. And I think even more to the point is that his own doctors probably weren't informed to the extent of his activities.
Okay, perfect. And then it sounds like there was a fraud finding, and you're just waiting penalties, correct?
Yes, exactly. So,
well, good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, great. I think that's like a really good example for anyone watching. If you have a potential fraud claim, is that not to get too focused on one form of fraud. Sometimes you might have a fraud claim, and you might think like, yeah, this is pretty good, but there's potential for, like what Andrew said, wiggle room here on the part of the claimant. Let's take a look at it and see if we can find more than one form of fraud, which is going to make it more likely to get a favorable decision and possibly more likely to get a favorable penalty decision. So congratulations, Andrew. I think that's a great win, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us about that today. To be notified of new episodes, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions about us, please email us at either my email, which should be on the screen right now, or hearings@madwcdefense.com. Both emails should be linked in the description to this video. Thank you.